Now, this has been a tough week for politicians and for the country. And I dug up some things that my Shocko neighbor James Earl told me one time. Now, you've heard me tell you that James Earl, sometimes a lot of folks think he just ain't wrapped too tight. But there are times when he comes up with some very timely and wise statements. And I just dug up a few of these and I'll tell them to you now, having to do with politics. Maybe one or two don't, but most of them do. James Earl says everybody has a photographic memory. Some of us just don't have film. And that change is inevitable, except from a vending machine. And those who live by the sword get shot by those who don't. And you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be misquoted and then used against you. And nothing is foolproof to a sufficiently talented fool. As far as this inflation is concerned, he says it's hard to understand how a cemetery can raise its burial cost and then blame it on the cost of living. He also says you can't have everything. I mean, where would you put it? And that a fine is a tax for doing wrong, but a tax is a fine for doing well. This does pertain to politics. Light travels faster than sound. And that's why some people appear bright until you hear them speak. And a clear conscience is usually the sign of a bad memory. This one does pertain. A closed mouth gathers no feet. Bills travel twice through the mail, twice at the speed of checks. And he says a balanced diet is a cookie in both hands. It has nothing to do with politics. I just thought I'd throw that in. And also, middle age is when the broadness of the mind and the narrowness of the waist change places. And that junk is something you throw away 3 weeks before you need it. This does pertain to politics. The 50-50-90 rule is anytime you have a 50-50 chance of getting something right, there's a 90% probability you'll get it wrong. The boy does show some wisdom sometimes. I have to admit that. I'm Jim Ritchie. I'll see you again next time.